The next section, reciting in the best of voices. Reciting in the best of voices. Also, when we're reciting the Quran, right? When we're reciting the Quran, we're told to recite in the best of voices, right? Best voice. There's nothing wrong with reciting in the best of voice. Not only that, the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said that if you do not recite in your best of voice, laysa minna. In one of the hadiths, Rasulullah ﷺ said, laysa minna man lam yataganna Qur'an, yatagunna bil Qur'an, yatagunna bil Qur'an. Laysa minna man lam yataganna bil Qur'an. He who does not recite the Quran with the ghunna, right? Yatagunna, right? You do not do the ghunna. You do not use the nasalization. And the ghunna, is the nasalization, right? He who does not beautify his voice, or he who does not do the ghunna. The literal translation is he who does not do the ghunna, right? With the Quran, laysa minna. He is not from us, he who does not do the ghunna in the Quran, with the Quran. What is the ghunna? What is the nasalization? Whenever we have, right? Whenever we have shadda on the noon, right? Whenever we have noon with the shadda, it gets ghunna, right? Meaning we hold it, because it's shadda, then we give it the nasalization. Minan jinn, minan jinn. The nasalization, that's called the ghunna. So when you hear the brother say, minan jinnati wan nas, right? Minan jinnati wan nas. Even on the nas, this is ghunna. We got shadda on the noon, you got shadda on the meen, right? There's other rules, but we're going to get into the tajweed, inshallah. Again, proving that tajweed is something that you should apply when you're reciting the Quran. But the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, he who does not apply the ghunna, he who does not apply the rules of tajweed, right? Tajweed, right? This is the beautification, right? Tajweed means the beautification of your recitation. Tajweed is the science of the beautification of your recitation. Tajweed is the science of ghunna. It's the science of the nasalization. It's the science of proper recitation. You got ghunna, you got idhar, you got where you don't apply the ghunna. All this is a part of tajweed, right? And we are to recite the Quran like the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ recited the Quran, like he taught us to recite the Quran. And we're told by the scholars of tajweed that to recite it any other way and not with the rules could be tantamount to a sin. If you have the ability to recite with the tajweed, with the sciences that are supposed to be applied, then you must apply those rules when you recite the Quran. Okay? So inshallah, that's what we're striving to do, to not only learn how to read, but we're going to learn how to read properly with the tajweed, with the ghunna, with the tajweed, with the proper recitation, inshallah. So again, the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, he or she is not from us who does not apply the ghunna to the Quran. Okay? If you don't apply your beautification, you don't apply the rules of tajweed to the Quran, right? You're not from the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. You're not from the Ummah of Muhammad ﷺ. That's why the rule of thumb is whoever has the best recitation of the Quran leads the prayer. Whoever has the best recitation based on the sciences of tajweed, not because you memorized a bunch of Quran. You could have somebody that memorized the Quran and they're not applying none of the rules of tajweed. They're not even reciting it properly. They shouldn't even be leading the salat. Okay? The one who leads the salat is the one who recites the Quran properly, the one who knows the most Quran, the one who, when they recite it, that you can feel their khasha'ah, you can feel their taqwa when they recite it. Right? That's the one that should lead the salat, the one you can feel it when he's reciting it. Not the ones that, that's not the one that should recite the Quran. That's not the one that should lead the Salat. He's just reciting it. He's a parrot. He's a parrot. He's just mimicking. Right? There was one time when one of the Sahabas was reciting the Quran, and he recited it real fast. And Ibn Mas'ud, he said, you recited the Quran, but you received no benefit. You recited it with no benefit because you recited it too fast. So the gist or the wisdom behind the hadith was, you can't recite the Quran fast and get contemplation out of it. How can you recite the Quran fast and get contemplation out of it? You got to recite it, and every word is a deep meaning. You got to recite it, stop. Just like Rasulullah said or did, once we get to it, inshallah, he used to stop after every ayah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Stop. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Stop. Because every ayah, you got contemplation. You got hadith. You got tafsir behind every ayah. So you stop it, give it a pause after every ayah, which we're going to get into, inshallah. But the Prophet Muhammad said, anybody who recites the Quran with difficulty, we get double reward, man. That's inspiration for those who are here in this country. We try to learn Arabic. It's not our native tongue, but we try to get it. We get double reward. Just like the other hadith, Rasulullah said, glad tidings to my brothers. Who are my brothers? The Sahaba said, are we your brothers? He said, no. My brothers are those who haven't came yet. Right? They don't belong to me. They don't look like me. They're not from my lineage. But yet they believe in me. They have books with eggs in it. Right? And they believe in it and they implement it. They get ajr attained. Man, we got all types of opportunities to get double reward, man. We just got to grab it and get it, inshallah. Okay, another hadith. The Prophet Muhammad said, he who does not recite the Quran with a melodious tone, with the Ghunna, he is not from us. Another hadith, the Prophet Muhammad said, Allah does not pay as much attention as he does to a prophet reciting the Quran with a beautiful tone. So the Prophet Muhammad said, Allah loves to hear the prophet recite with a beautiful tone. Right? And we're going to get into it there. One of the prophets that had the most melodious voice, the most beautiful voice was who? Who knows? Dawood alayhi salam. It said he used to walk through the mountains and walk through, the walkways and the streetways just reciting, just reciting. And it said that, the mountains used to echo. They used to vibrate, and make his voice sound like a megaphone. Like a megaphone, it would echo through the mountains, that he would just walk through, the town just reciting, alhamdulillah, and he had a beautiful voice, alhamdulillah. Again, the Prophet Muhammad said, and here's the hadith, the Prophet Muhammad said, beautify the Quran with your voice. Beautify the Quran with your voice. Make your voice beautiful. Make it attractive. Because a good voice increases the hasan and the beauty of the Quran. It increases the good. And it increases the beauty of the Quran. You want the Quran to be beautiful. So you recite it in a beautiful voice. You want it to be alluring to the people that hear it. Right? The Quran is a miracle from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Many people, when they heard it, especially the Arabs, when they heard it, they fell down and they submitted because of how beautiful it sounded. How beautiful it was. Right? So he said, recite it in a beautiful voice. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. So he said, it increases the hasan and the beauty of the Quran. Then he said, the most beautiful reciter among you is he whose recital makes you feel that this person is fearful of Allah. The most beautiful reciter, the best reciter among you. Again, so when we're choosing somebody to lead the salah, okay, in their recitation, the most beautiful reciter among you is he whose recital makes you feel that this person is fearful of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This narrated by the Sahih of Ibn Majah. Not that he's sitting up there crying and fake crying and doing things to be seen, but he's reciting it and you can tell that he knows what he's reciting, he understands the tafsir, he understands the explanation of what he's reciting. Right? You're not just reciting just to be reciting. You're reciting it with emotion and feeling because you know what it is that you're reciting. You don't study this. You don't memorize this. You don't went into the tafsir. You didn't just memorize it just to memorize it like a parrot. The parrot, he can recite, he can memorize, he can copycat. Right? The parrot can copycat. He can repeat. Right? But he can't say it with emotion. Right? You don't want to just be a parrot. You want to understand the meaning. So when you're reciting it with feeling. Like Rasulullah said, the best recitation is what? The one who recites it as if he's fearful of Allah. How you going to have fear of Allah when you're reciting if you don't know what it is that you're reciting? So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us to meet among those who, when we recite, inshallah, we understand what it is that we're reciting. Inshallah, we're going to take a break. We're going to make the salat and we'll come back, inshallah.